Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. We are going to the woods. I am scared because I've never been to these woods. So we have decided to walk one of the Forest of Dean trails. Who knows how it's gonna go? I've been sort of watching the weather and it's saying it's probably gonna rain as per usual, but we're gonna give it a go anyway because we're hoping we'd be like sheltered by the trees. Do you know what I mean? Just to be safe, I will bring my hat and an umbrella because I don't want to get soaked, considering I did actually wash, blow dry and straighten my hair yesterday. Oh no, it's actually really raining now. What am I supposed to do? We've picked a specific trail to go down. Apparently it's like really famous, loads of people go and walk it. Wild boars live in these forests. Imagine if we see one. I don't even know how I'd react. I think I'd be terrified. Oh, it stopped raining. Let's go. We're just on the way to the forest and it has started to rain quite badly. We're not really sure what's going to happen. We're going to stay optimistic. We're driving towards the big dark cloud, but we're hoping that it sort of blows away by the time we get there. Do you know how far away this place is from where we are now?
No.
Oh. If you see there, it's still kind of bright, but over there it's getting darker. He has just done the smelliest fart I've ever smelled.
Look at that view.
No. Why have you done this? And he kept denying it and saying it wasn't him. I'm very upset now.
How can I feel you in the violent minutes? How can I breathe when I'm wrapped in linens? Oh, I've awoken after the sun.
I said that we were going to the woods and then Sam's telling me it's a forest, and then I've just said, what is the difference between a forest and woods? Surely they're the exact same thing.
Well, woods indicates it's quite small.
I didn't think that. I thought woods was quite big. I think it's the same thing. I've just realised the key is in the name, Forest of Dean, so it's not woods. I just really like the idea of going to the woods. I don't know why. We're here now and we've actually been here before in the summer. I didn't realise we were coming to the exact same place. Here's the sign for the sculpture trail. This is where Go Ape is.
Oh, I've awoken after the sun has already fallen.
I love you.
I love you.
She's very pretty.
I'm not gonna lie, I think my hair is going entirely up in this hat until the rain, if the rain goes away. I'm wearing white shoes. It's raining.
It's your own fault.
Yes, it is. So let's go pay and explore. Okay, so I think this is the beginning. Here's where it says the sculpture trail. This forest is a home to a number of feral wild boar. For your safety, please do not approach them or feed them. What does it say on the other side?
It's approximately 4.8 miles.
Uphill incline, off we go.
What's that?
We've just seen two little houses made out of sticks. Quite cool actually, little forts.
Wow, there's more houses.
Where?
This was in the moment we arrived at our first sculpture, which turned out to be a massive badger made out of twigs and sticks, which I thought was so cool. We wanted to sit inside, but because of the rain, the bench was completely soaked, so we had to give it a miss.
Oh my god, something just lands on my hand.
As we started walking into the forest, we saw some red dots in the trees, and initially I couldn't figure out what they were, but on closer inspection, I realised they were little red ants climbing up the trunks. They were in so many of the trees and was a really wholesome touch. We also really loved these super realistic mini sculptures of hands and arms hugging the trees. Throughout the trail, there was various different types of sculptures to look at and admire. This particular one that we stumbled across had different poems written all around it. I read each one in turn, which instantly made me feel so calm and reminded me of how important I find it to spend time in nature. There is just something so comforting about all the different vibrant colours, the peaceful sounds of the trees swaying in the wind, and I always return home and tell myself that I need to do it more often whenever my mind gets too full and overwhelmed.
We're just reaching another sculpture. What does it even look like?
A snail.
It looks like a shoe, a train, a bug. It just looks like everything all at once. No, I just stepped in mud, guys. Oh my god. I've worn really bad attire for this. There's no indication of what it could be. Also, we haven't seen any animals yet. Speaking of an animal, one is just roaming towards us now. Oh my god, it's gonna jump on me.
No, go away.
Hi. Where's your owner? What are you doing? Oh, you brought me something. Oh, thank you. Oh, it keeps giving us
Despite looking slightly ridiculous trying to shelter from the drizzle, I didn't care too much because I was in my element. When I was a child, I used to be obsessed with anything related to fairies. I made fairy gardens, had fairy dust on my pillow at night, and was adamant they existed. Coming here felt like I was healing that inner child, and it almost felt somewhat magical. It was as if I'd come to the closest place fairies would exist if they did, and I think it's always so important to do things that make the younger version of yourself happy.
Oh my god, what is it?
I swear people come out and build these like on like PGL trips.
Oh, do they?
I think I did when I was in year 6.
Aww.
I've lost it. That was our first piece of nature. No, I can just see a little tail. Somehow we ended up getting lost and ended up off track, but in doing so, we stumbled across this secret-looking hut that seemed as if it had been abandoned for many, many years. Despite being quite eerie, it still managed to maintain a magical look about it, almost hidden in plain sight between the trees and covered in just the right amount of overgrowth. After a while longer of walking through the forest, we saw these patches in the floor where the ground had been almost turned up. Sam informed me this was the doings of the wild boar, but unfortunately they were nowhere to be found despite our best attempts to look for them. Myself and Sam were looking at this area of the forest and saying how it was giving us the same sort of vibes as the film The Bridge to Terabithia. I was honestly just obsessed with all the moss-covered trees, I couldn't stop admiring them. Then we turned around and walked over to a small tree that resembled a magic wand that some sort of wizard would have, and just made me think even more than I already did that this forest was so magical. Moments later, we then reached what I would say was my favourite sculpture on the trail. It was located right by a small water reserve, which I think would look so amazing when the sun was shining. I always love being by water, I just find it so peaceful, so it was a really nice surprise to find some in the middle of the forest. While trying to get over to the sculpture, we found a tree that had naturally evolved into looking like an archway that you could walk under. Unfortunately, it was super muddy, so I had to find another way, but I'll definitely be back in the summer to revisit this place and see it in all its glory. We took the bridge over to the other side and stopped again for a while to fully have a chance to admire all the beauty around us. We then continued on through the mud to check out the sculpture up close. It was a super warm and vibrant reddish colour, and you could walk all the way through it, which we found enjoyable. The sun temporarily came out at that moment, and we took full advantage before it started to rain once more, so we had to power on. I think this would have been a perfect spot for a midpoint picnic. We're just on the way home now from the Forest of Dean. I think I managed to keep my hair in somewhat good condition, so that is a bonus. It's kind of stopped raining now. It wasn't actually too bad when we were going round. We did actually get lost because we took various shortcuts because we didn't want to do a 5 to 6 mile walk. The signs eventually became sort of less clear as time went on, like it was sort of unclear where you should go. So we kept going the wrong way, and then we had to go back because our parking was literally about to run out. We were like 1 minute away from getting a ticket, which is crazy. I would say we should go back there when we've got more time, and also in the summer, bring water and snacks, and then actually do the whole trail. And it was really, really pretty. It literally looked like a fairy wonderland. I was obsessed. So we're back at the flat now, and we're gonna have a Nando's takeaway. I really want my usual, which is grilled chicken wrap. Limited time, they've got a new spice. Plainish, because I'm boring. Why are you shaking your head?
Terrible.
I know, it is a bad order. We did really want to go out for dinner, but the weather, honestly, I can't deal with it. 1 minute it's sunny, the next minute it's tipping it down. Stop mocking me. Honestly, everything I do on my vlogs, he just like mimics in the background. So if I was to say today, oh, it's such a lovely day, in the background I'll just hear, such a lovely day. And he knows it, don't you? I forgot to say the side that I got was a corn on the cob, because I do like to have that with mine. I just quite enjoy it. What are you thinking of having?
Same thing I always have.
Chicken pitta?
Yeah.
Got it right. So bad news, for some reason, Sam's go-to meal is no longer on the menu. Who would have thought? I'm getting extra chili jam, which I'm so glad they have, because otherwise the wraps are really dry. They need additional sauce. I'm so excited. I am so hungry, I'm not joking. Because we've been doing so much walking recently, my appetite is just off the scale. The food has arrived. Sam has just gone down to get it because our buzzer is broken. It's been broken for like 3 months now. All of the people who live here are having like an argument with the management company because they're saying it's nothing to do with them.
someone else has just said to me, oh yeah, it's mine, and then couldn't provide the code for it.
Someone just tried to nick our Nando's.
Yeah, there were 2 of them down there, 2 deliveries.
What's just happened? I've never had a Nando's takeaway. I always get it in the shop. Hey guys, so it is sometime later on. We had our Nando's and really enjoyed it. Now I'm gonna make a really small batch of pancakes, like crepes, because ever since Pancake Day, I have just been loving making pancakes. I'm gonna make some for Sam. This is my pudding until I make some more bakes for myself at home. I'm having some millionaire shortbread bites and some flapjack bites. Okay, let's make the pancake batter. Here before. I don't remember. There may or may not be 2 of them in the bin because the first ones just always go wrong. This one is complete. It's looking quite good actually. Okay, slight issue. I've had to make some American pancake batter instead. I only managed to get 1 crepe to actually work. I don't know what happened, to be honest, but it just wasn't working. I think it's to do with the pan and whatnot. So as you can see, I have made some like American pancakes as well for Sam, as well as this one lonely crepe because I'm a nice girlfriend like that. Thank you so much as always for coming along with me on this little vlog. Don't forget to like and subscribe and I will see you in the next video.